I've already covered this, right? And we're here obviously to talk about my new book. So I've earned the title. I have multiple degrees, and I'm not going to prove anything to anybody. And we're going to leave it just as that. Yeah.
Dr. Chayenne Bryant.
Baby, Dr. Chayenne Bryant.
I'm so excited to do this video because I just, like, it was in my heart. I had to talk about it. And degrees. This is an envelope where my stuff was sent a couple years ago when I got my degrees and I graduated. And the certification, I had to pick it up. So, a long story. So, yes, when I tell you guys that I'm educated, I can clearly show you guys my stuff. And if you look me up, if I give you the school name or something, you can look me up and find my information. The reason I'm showing this thing and talking about this thing is because things are verifiable when you have them. So for somebody to come on social media, plaster their name and put doctor in front of it, and yet she cannot show any types of qualifications to have this title, is crazy. It is fraud, because for people that have worked hard, the sleepless nights, dealing with professors that are sometimes, racist and rude and all that, just to get this degree, to walk down in graduation. It is so awesome, guys. As a woman that, to be educated, it's just one of the best feelings ever, especially if you come from a country where women are not, okay, I'm not going to ramble on. But anyway, you guys, it's a big accomplishment. And it's something that I'm proud of. Even if I'm not using my degrees in a way, I'm proud of myself because I worked really hard and I did all of that before I had my son. So now I'm like, okay, we got the degrees there, right there. You know what I mean? And for somebody to parade as something they're not, it's straight up fraud. And also when people want to hold you accountable, you are getting mad at them and you're speaking in a tone and in a demeanor that looks like, who the F are you? Don't question me. And it's like, you are literally, when it comes to things of mental health, there's a reason why a lot of people they have their license. Now, if you're a coach and all the other stuff, no big deal. You can do whatever you want on social media. But when you are a therapist and stuff like that and your license, you're literally saying that, hey, this is coverage for in case things don't work out. People can look you up and be like, hey, this and this happened to this person. And because you were one of your clients, let's dig up and trace everything. So when somebody says, well, I don't need a license to do what I do. Okay, yeah, because you're a coach. You don't. So this whole thing just got me excited. I want to talk about it so much because it just shows you guys that people can come on social media and be anything they want to be and claim anything. And it's up to us to do our homework. When you see a therapist that's online giving advice and doing all this stuff, you look up their name. They usually have a license number that they can give you. If you ask, go look that number up and see where they're licensed. Or if, something happened with it, do your homework. Because this is your life. And if you're going to sit down and talk to somebody about your problems and all that stuff that's going on with you, you need to know that this person is licensed. So when you come around messing with people that need help, it's just really like, it looks really bad. I remember watching her a couple years ago with Nick Cannon and she was talking to different celebrities. I thought that she was qualified as a therapist and had all this stuff. And I looked, I was like, ooh, that's a black woman. She's half Latina though, black. And I just looked at her, I was like so proud, I'm like, that's great that she knows her stuff and is doing her stuff. But really she knows her stuff she talks a lot. That's what she does. She talks a lot to the point where you feel like she's saying something. But now that I look back at a lot of stuff that the interviews, nothing makes sense with her. Nothing really makes sense. She just keeps blabbing and blabbing on. And people are like, well, why are they going against this woman? She's a coach. What's the big deal? The coach she refuses to remove doctor in front of her name. When you get a doctorate degree, that's a big deal. That's a big accomplishment. It takes work to do that. So for people that are doing it right, kudos to you. And to see people like this that can come on social media and parade as something else and then get really mad at people for calling them out and saying, hey, that's not right. It's like you seem the people that are watching you paying you stupid, because literally she paraded as a doctor to get to where she needed to be. And then the minute that, now it's like, I've said I've been a coach the whole time. But no, when you were going through the other shows and doing your thing and making your money, you were putting that doctor in front of your name very nicely. So it's almost like you're calling people stupid for following you the whole time and listening to you and taking your advice. It's kind of like, okay. And then she goes and tries to put God in there and mixes stuff up. And it's like, Just straight up confusing, guys. It's like her eyelashes are just going left and right because she's straight up lying. You know what I mean? She was on the Breakfast Club and acted like a total what? I don't even know. Like, so ratchet. You know, if you question somebody who's a licensed therapist and said, you know, what about your qualification? They'll be happy to pull it out. They'll be happy to give you that license number and for you to look up whatever information you need about it. There's a professionalism that comes with people that are licensed, people that have their credentials, people that are educated. They carry themselves a certain way. And the Breakfast Club, no. Somebody said she was a therapist for the streets and for the rappers and whatever. Because that she didn't have the credentials to do it. That's why. That's why she was able to do all that. You know? It's like somebody who is happy to be in the spotlight and not really concerned about this whole wellness thing, you know? That's what I see. I see somebody who's just happy to be in the spotlight, you know, doing thirst traps on her videos and all that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, she's beautiful. But right now, when I look at how she was acting on that interview, she's very, like, defensive. She also did an interview where this woman was straight up calling her out and saying, hey, what about your stuff? And she was like, I'm not going to talk about this again. I'm going to answer it one time, blah, blah, blah. And you can see her change. Like, she started getting really worked up and angry. And I'm like, what is the problem? Just show your degree. Show something. Okay, you got your bachelor's. Okay, good. Just have that and be a coach and live your life. But there's something about her ego that she's so caught up with having this doctor in front of her name that she doesn't even care. Like, well, it's like, I'm ready to take you on. I'm ready to fight with you when you call me something that I'm not. Oh, guys, I don't know what's going on. So the whole thing, I just was really excited. I'm just laughing at all the Black people that are coming out with their degrees and posting their grad pictures and all that, because it's literally saying they're so proud. They worked hard for it. And to come on social media and just be saying stuff and you're getting defensive instead of just saying, hey, here it is. This is my stuff. No, I'm not going to defend myself because I earned it. You earned what? There was literally a YouTuber on here that tried to look her up with all this stuff that she's been saying, the schools that she's talking about, and nothing is coming up. So you paraded this whole time you've been parading as somebody you're not at all. You know, give advice. That's fine. But you are not qualified in any way to be on that level where the licensed therapists and, you know, doctors are. You're not there. And it's just like, she just looked like she's just a social media influencer. That's it. So guys, I just wanted to talk about it, and I've just been laughing so much, but I'm also just saying, be careful. When you see somebody saying they're nutritionist and they're giving you meal plans and all this stuff, verify that they are. That they've taken the credits that are needed. They've done their little whatever to get certified. Ask the questions. You know what I mean?